Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Malik Aziz, and I'm here to tell you guys about my answer about literature. Before we go to number one, I want to tell you guys we need to say many thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who given us a chance to watching this video, and for me especially to make this video to my final exam. And here we go to the number one. Let me tell you about the number one is what is literature. Literature is a term to describe written and sometimes spoken material, derived from the Latin word literature, meaning writing form with letters. Literature most commonly refers to works of the creative imagination, for example, poetry, drama, and song. Simply put, literature represents the culture and tradition of a language or a people. The concept is difficult to precisely define. Though many have tried, it's clear that the accepted definition of literature is constantly changing and evolving. For many, the word literature suggests a higher art form. Merely putting words on a page doesn't necessarily equate to creating literature. A canon is the accepted body of works for a given author. Some works of literature are considered canonical, that is culturally representative of a particular genre, poetry, prose, or drama. In this point, I mentioned you guys about example of poetry, drama, and song. Maybe some of you don't know about what is poetry, drama, and song. And I'm here to tell you about poetry, drama, and song such as a literature example of poetry. From the Wikipedia, poetry is derived from of the Greek poiesis of making. It's a form of literature that uses aesthetic and often rhythmic qualities of language, such as phonesthetics, sound symbolism, and metre to evoke meanings in addition to or in place of the prosaic ostensible meaning. And about drama from the Wikipedia too. Drama is the specific mode of fiction represented in performance, a play, opera, mime, ballet, and etc. Performed in a theater or on a radio. It can be performed in a theater or on radio or television. About the song, according to the Wikipedia too, song is a musical composition intended to be performed by the human voice. This is often done at distinct and fixed pitches, melodies using patterns or sound and silence. After point number one, now we will go to the number two about why literature is important in English language teaching. Literature was not taken into consideration in English language teaching programs due to the importance given only to functional language. Literature in second language classes has a very important linguistic input for students, and it is a valuable source for learners' motivation. When studying literature, students can improve not only language such as vocabulary, but also the language that can be used for specific purposes. English literature makes students learn about their creativity and imagination, interacting with the text themselves and playing different literary roles. Literature have another important things too. Literature can be a variety media to lead to learning when the students or teacher don't have an idea to learn about something. Literature can replace the learning material to be such funny material to learn. Not only that, literature also have important roles when the students want to do some assignment. Maybe the literature such as poetry or novel can give students an idea to make their assignment. Maybe the idea can come from the grammar, sentences, and etc. So that is why literature is important for language teaching, because it is not only help the process of the teaching, it is also help the process of learning. It can be advantageous for students and teachers too. That's why I think literature important in English language teaching. After this point, we will go to the number 3. And now we will go to the number 3 about how is the implementation of literature in teaching English. The implementation of using literature in teaching English is literature play the roles for teacher as teaching tools and for students as learning and playing tools. It means that the teacher can teach students with literature and students can learn from literature while playing too. We can take for an example, we can take the kindergarten students. In their class, they always study and learning about anything interesting for children, of course. Sometimes literature can take place to do their roles as learning media and playing media. We can do class discussion as example too. Class discussion can use literature as the topic to discuss. Maybe the students can use novel to discuss about what is the main idea of this novel. It can bring such as many topics to discuss with the class. In another case, teacher can use literature as the tools to make a grammar list or for vocabulary media to learn and always practicing it with the students. Of course, it is the way to implementing it in teaching English, also learning English. Another example is teacher can implementing literature as media to learn native culture. It is so difficult for Indonesia or native country who aren't use English as their second or first language to learn about native culture. As we know, language can help to learn about culture, and here's the literature play their roles to teach students about native culture. With their contents, we can learn about grammar, vocabulary, and also the culture. Sometimes in some literature content is containing some culture description of something like maybe poetry, drama, or anything else. Because of that, literature can be implementing to teaching English. That's all of my answer about what is literature. And another question. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.